Inside a bean packet lived a little seed named Cedric, surrounded by a mass of other beans just like himself. Cedric had found that inside this bean packet he was cold, and it was a cold, dark, and a hard place to breathe. Next thing he knew, he was flying through the air and landed on the brown earth to quickly be shoved down by a thumb into familiar darkness. But only it was different this time. He wasn't cold, and he could breathe. Before he knew it hit him, Cedric was hit with a nice cold chill. It wasn't the normal cold. He embraced it, and soon it filled his entire body. It was water. Inside Cedric, everything began to change. The starches, lipids, and fats in his cotyledon were turning into sugar, and now he had energy. The next day, Cedric used this new energy he had, and he stretched down and popped out his radical. Cedric wanted more of that water. That meant his radical had to turn into roots. But he had also begun to grow vertically, and soon enough his hypocotyl was sticking just barely out of the ground. His hypocotyl, his stem, was growing higher, and he was completely out of the ground, and his roots continued to grow further down. Cedric realized he was getting pretty tired, and he needed more sugar. He needed to find a way to make these sugars, and as the sun bared down on him, he knew he could use the sun. Cedric's cotyledons were well out of the ground, and inside his cotyledons was the pumule, his first true leaves. He opened his cotyledon and outgrew his leaves. They extended out and the sun graced their being. Cedric was now germinated, and he looked across his new home and saw the other seeds that had accompanied him before, all alive and well. Cedric came a long way from being in that cold, cramped seed packet.